Micic, if you could look at me real quick.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. So, my first question is, for you, how does it feel, to be a part of the Adidas family and like to come back to the camp and give back?
It's nice. It's great actually because it's my 13th season with Adidas. I can't really understand how this time passed so fast, but yeah, it's official 13th season together with them. I was 17 when I signed, and it's just great to be now in different role, but still as a player. So I hope we're gonna continue, and I will continue to help them.
For you, what was it like? You've been wanting to come to, the NBA for a few seasons, and then you finally come here. You start off in Oklahoma, then you end up in Charlotte. How's that mentally been like?
As you said, I was trying to come for, let's say, 2 consecutive seasons after first EuroLeague and the second EuroLeague title, but somehow it didn't happen. I think the OKC was really serious from the very first day, but since we postponed 2 times the signing or my potential arrival, also the team became very, very young, so we kind of couldn't fit me personally and the team in general, but still, last summer they came up with a great offer to me, and since we knew each other for years, and Sam especially, he came and visited me, and he really showed me huge respect, not just with the contract, but also with the way we talk to each other, and him personally, he's an unbelievable guy. So it happened really fast last summer, and for me to start there was a great beginning, even though I kind of knew what to expect. And they were really, really fair to me and completely honest from the very first day. But since my journey with the NBA was hard to even make it happen, I just decided to enter and to see what the future will bring to me. So the beginning was as it was, and then that trade happened also so spontaneously, and but good for me. I was really happy to get the chance, and to be honest, since I came there, I came with an idea to face with all the challenges that potentially I could face, even though I was 29, even though I settled myself so well in Europe. I just wanted that challenge, and so far it's going okay.
How has it been dealing with that challenge? You were the MVP twice, okay? And then you come to, like you said, a young team where you had kids younger than you playing in front of you. And then you go to Charlotte where, a lot more losing than you're used to. Was that difficult? Was it frustrating at all? Did it maybe annoying? I know you said you knew what to expect, but what was that dealing with the big change?
No. First of all, I made everything just with a lot of work and so much dedication, so I cannot really give people some specific recipe how I won everything in Europe. I just played constantly. I have some good talents, and it happened. I mean, of course I can describe in details if somebody really wants to know some approaches, but to tell people how I knew and how I predicted all my achievements, it would be a huge lie. So I'm saying this because once I went there, I just kept being myself. Whatever came to me, I accepted, and the patience is one of the key for me as a person, because I know in the long run that my dedication and my approach can give me something positive, and this is what happened. So I also learn from young guys. I mean, those guys in OKC specifically, they are so mature, they are so talented, they are so good guys. So there were some details that I even learned from them, and if I could help them somehow, I was very happy. But then the chance over there in Charlotte was something that I explained better, what means patience. Over there, 1 injury, 2nd injury, 3rd injury from the players helped me to get the minutes, and then the results from the team was not something that bothers me, honestly, because I was a beginner over there. As I said, I was ready for everything, so for me every game was like a final to prove to myself, to challenge myself, and then at the end I have no idea honestly how everything looked from the outside, but I felt nice after the season.
For you, are you a point guard, a shooting guard? What's your, because I feel like your role's different now than it was in Europe. Europe, you had Shane Larkin, so you're more of a two, and sometimes it feels like you played a little bit on the wing now. You know, in Charlotte, you were setting up the offense. What do you think your role in the NBA is?
I mean, I was always point guard, which means like I could start off of the position 2 or whatever, but the main thing for me was to create with the ball. I think this is the most efficient part of my game, which means I'm not either just scorer or either just creators. I'm just something that is mix what is necessary to happen in the court. In the long run, I realized that consistency on the court for me is something that creates a difference, which means I like to play in the moment. So I cannot really tell you in the beginning of the game, I'm going to score 30. Some players are really scoring oriented, but for me, I like to mix. And now in NBA, since I realized that nobody wants to pass, I felt that that's the room for me to adjust myself on the game, because I think it's still you need to pass the ball. I mean, this is something that, as you can see, maybe now Jokic or Doncic, those two guys are something that are so unique, but the best feature of their game for me is ability to pass. At the end, you cannot win by yourself. So for me, that's how I approach in Europe, and now I try to kind of find a way to play that way in the NBA.
And for you, what's the biggest difference between the NBA and Europe?
Size and physicality of especially these top players. Like these top players they're really with the reason there. Like nobody's accidentally franchise player, in my opinion. They have to have 1 or 2, maybe somebody even 3 characteristics that are the highest possible. So this is something that, and pace. The pace is something that is really hard to, unless you are not physically fully ready and mentally fully ready, it's hard to maintain.
And for you, what's the biggest thing you're trying to improve heading into your second NBA season?
I mean, I'm not so into these percentages, honestly. I think game is very spontaneous thing, but maybe spot up threes and be more efficient in that part. Of course, defense is something that every white guy has to do, because we are target always in defense, but I like to give myself best, and then if it's enough. I'm not the worst for sure.
Before he takes over, who's your GOAT?
Like ever?
Ever.
Of
Europe
course.
or America?
In Europe is Diamantidis, in NBA Jordan, for sure.
You mentioned European talent, like whether it's just the number of guys getting drafted or had 4, 5, 6 straight MVPs that are foreign and defensive player of the years. Like, what do you attribute the influx of international talent to the NBA? Is it teams are better at scouting over here? Is it the style of play in the NBA is now better suited and fits better in the transition? Like, what do you think has been the primary driver of European and international talent overall?
I think the mentality in terms of hungriness of desire to, first of all, whoever end up in NBA has to have something special. That's my first impression when I was there, and especially to maintain even harder. So once you are already there, you gotta have something that creates differences. And I'm honestly not Luka or Jokic, but I can understand the mentality of those two guys, because I know both of them. And I believe my difference in Europe compared to Americans or other Europeans was actually also mentality. How you handle pressure, how you handle challenges, how you handle defeats, like all and also how you handle the fame. Like fame is something that is maybe even harder part than all the negative sides of being professional and successful. And that's something that I can say as a first impression of those guys in NBA who are now the leaders. They can handle this so easy. I mean, you can see Luka, he's just 25. He's acting like because he was 18 when he won EuroLeague. People don't understand how difficult is that. Like, He was in Real, the biggest name of Europe, or maybe top 10 in the world. He was main guy, and then for him having that experience, bringing over there was something so useful on the top of his talent. And then you have Jokic, who is such a humble but extremely tough mentally, and then you have Giannis, who is extremely dedicated. So three different profiles of players, but that mentality is something that I believe creates the difference from Americans. But Americans in general are so talented and gifted. I was playing with, let's say, Jalen Williams, who is in Oklahoma. This guy is so talented. But I'm just sure that this is just a current situation, that now it looks like international guys or Europeans are more advanced, compared to Americans. But I don't know if it's going to be forever. But as you said, now we have a lot of Europeans coming over and playing so well, and especially French kids are really talented because they have that mix of genetics and they're really mature. So I think that hungriness is the key, to be honest. Like that is what keeps you moving forward every single time.
Yeah. I mean, 29-year-old rookie, so new to the NBA last year, but you obviously have a decorated career. In Oklahoma City specifically, were there tangible things like that in the locker room you felt you were able to bring from a leadership or a mentality standpoint off the court, given how young the team was?
I mean, for me, honestly, I have huge respect for everyone, but never over-respect. So for me, being surrounded with whoever, it's just a privilege and chance to learn, but not something that I have to look at them like a god. So over there, I think this team can potentially be the best in next 5-6 years. But the group of guys that they have, it's so unique because they're so humble and normal. And starting from Shea, who is their leader, I realized how they selected the team, and he was the one that really came to me a couple times, discuss about game, even though he's top two players in NBA. Yeah. That shows me how much they appreciate, because those guys are also international guys, so they know already how Europeans are practicing, working out. His coach, I think, performance coach is Serbian, so he kind of know our mentality. So they're really great to me, and the coach as well. So if I could help them something, I like basketball, and I think I can share a lot of experience and knowledge, but I'm not the guy who will come and tell them, listen to me, you should do this. No, I was just a player trying to help the team, and I hope I helped them as much as I could for the time that I was there. But that team is really unique.
Yeah. Last one, just really quick. Was there a favorite memory of your time in Oklahoma City?
Okay, see. Maybe the game against Denver in Oklahoma. We beat them. Yeah. That was the game I played the most.
Love it.
Yeah, thank you, bro.